Hi, it was an inside job. What am I talking about? So, if you go back to 2008, when, if you're old enough to remember that, we had a housing market crash because the mortgages that were being sold and people were getting were not actually really good mortgages. And so the housing market in the US and in other places just began to crash, and people were losing their 401ks, things where investments were made, all these things were just beginning to tumble in. And when you look at what happened, which is some people who in very high places who make a lot of money come in and they begin to take advantage of their positions, and they begin to lie about the validity of the things that they're packaging and selling to other people. And so there's a movie called The Inside Job that you can go watch, and it does a really detailed job of explaining exactly what happened then. When I look at what is happening in the US government, I feel like it's an inside job. I feel like there are people on both sides of the spectrum on politics that have done a job on the American people in selling us onto things that were not ours to deal with. We are $36.7 trillion in debt. That is money that is owed to other countries, other places that someone has to pay back. So when Donald Trump and Elon Musk created Doge and began to look at it, they were merely the messengers that had been chosen to come in and say, here's what's happening. This is an inside job. So now that we know what is going on, we as a collective here in America have to decide what we are going to do. $36.7 trillion is owed right now by the United States, and it climbs every second that there's interest and things that are being added to that. So it's just constantly ticking and ticking and ticking. So instead of shooting the messenger because you don't like the message, why don't we pause and say, show me where the problem is. Can we fix it? It may not be repairable. We may only be able to slow it down, but we owe it to ourselves, to our children, to the grandchildren, to the people who are coming behind us to try to fix this. So don't be upset with the messenger. Be upset about the message, and then ask yourself, what should we do to fix this?